What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vaughn. We're back here with another reaction video. And in today's video, we will be reacting to totally wrong facts people still believe today. Let's see if we can learn something new today, or let's see if there's something that we thought we knew that isn't true, bro.
Their kid sugar turns them.
Video by Chill Dude Explains. Make sure you guys subscribe to this guy, man. He drops amazing content. Let's get right into it.
Number 10. The sugar high lie. Every parent thinks giving their kid sugar turns them into a tiny
Yes, sir,
tornado. But that idea is completely wrong.
Sugar
Scientists
turns kids
tested
into a
this.
tornado?
They gave some kids sugar, others got fake sugar, and neither the kids nor their parents knew who got what. The result was absolutely nothing. The sugar kids weren't any more hyper than the no sugar kids, but when parents thought their kids had sugar, they suddenly started seeing them as hyperactive. They watched their kids like hawks, waiting for any sign of energetic behavior. Kid jumps once, they blamed the sugar. Kid laughs, sugar rush. This whole thing started back in the 1970s. When a doctor claimed food additives were making kids hyperactive, parents jumped on that idea immediately. A kid bouncing off the walls at a birthday party probably has more to do with being at a birthday party than the cake they just ate. They're excited, playing with friends, maybe sleep deprived. Those kids would be just as hyper if you gave them sugar-free cake. Number 9, your brain
Okay, do you guys believe that one? Hold up. Sugar has no effect on the hyperness of kids. Do you guys believe that one? I think it could be like an illusion in a way. Like, I feel like it could be like what's that called, a placebo effect? Like, you know, like this. I don't know though. Do you guys feel? I feel like caffeine and sugar are two different things. Like caffeine, I would for sure think that they're gonna be hyper, but sugar? Yeah, right. Like I remember my aunt used to always tell me, like, if I eat this certain kind of gum that had like sugar in it, I would be bouncing off walls, this and that. And then so now that you put all your energy towards like thinking like, hey, if my kid has any sense of energy, it's from the sugar, instead of just realizing that it's a kid that has a bunch of energy, whether it's eating that piece of gum that has sugar in it or not. Okay, I guess that does make sense. I guess I kind of knew that. I don't know.
Slacking off. You've probably heard that gave them sugar-free cake. Number 9, your brain isn't slacking off.
Your brain isn't
You've
slacking
probably
off.
heard that humans only use 10% of their brains. That's about as true as saying fish only use 10% of the ocean. This myth is so popular that Hollywood made entire movies about it. The ones where someone takes a magic pill and suddenly they're solving quantum physics while doing backflips. Your brain is already going full throttle all the time. Scientists can watch brains light up in real time using special scanners, and they see activity everywhere, all the time. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is working. It's controlling your breathing, managing your heartbeat, and replaying embarrassing memories. Your brain only makes up 2% of your body weight, but this overachiever uses 20% of your body's energy. That's like having a tiny space heater that eats all your electricity. If 90% of your brain was really doing nothing, evolution would have removed it ages ago. Nature doesn't keep useless stuff around. The proof is what happens when any tiny part of the brain gets damaged. Even a small injury can cause major problems. This 10% myth likely came from a Harvard researcher in the 1800s who said people weren't living up to their full potential. Then someone misinterpreted that to mean we only use 10% of our brains. Number 8.
Wow, okay, that was a lot of information just in that fucking 30 seconds, but holy shit. Okay, so we don't only use 10% of our brains, but we're told that we use only 10% of our brains. So we use actually about 20 to 30% of our brains? I'm an idiot. Hold up, I'm a fucking idiot. No. So why do they lie to us and tell us that we only use 10%? It's a myth, I guess. They literally made movies about this shit. I genuinely thought we only use 10% of our brain. Like finding out like how we only have 5% of the ocean discovered or whatnot. Like I genuinely believe that we only have.
Pennies from heaven won't kill you. You've probably only used 10% of our brains. Number 8. Pennies from heaven won't kill you. You've probably heard that a penny dropped from the Empire State Building could punch through someone's skull. That's not true. When someone drops a penny from up high, it starts falling, picking up speed thanks to gravity. But then air resistance kicks in. Air isn't empty space. It pushes back against anything moving through it too fast.
Stop.
The penny hits these air molecules and starts tumbling. By the time
we don't use all of our brain, bro.
It reaches
Hold up. So if you drop a penny from the Empire State Building, it will not kill you? What?
It's these air molecules and starts tumbling. By the time it falls about 50 feet, it reaches terminal velocity, which is just 25 miles per hour. That's slower than an average bicycle rider. Getting hit by a penny at that speed would feel like someone flicking you. Annoying, but not fatal. If you dropped that same penny in a vacuum, like space, it would reach speeds over 200 miles per hour. But down here on Earth, you're more likely to get seriously hurt by a falling ballpoint pen. Those are aerodynamic enough to act like tiny arrows.
Oh my god. Imagine someone drops a pen off the Empire State Building and you just look up whoosh, right in your fucking forehead. Just a dart. Oh my god. Oh my god. So if you drop a penny from the Empire State Building, it's minimum damage.
Number 7.
You might get what? That 2. Remember you get 2 damage from a pump shot?
Lightning's repeat offender status. The saying
so
lightning never strikes the same place twice is wrong. The Empire State Building gets hit by lightning around 25 times every year.
Damn!
There's a park ranger named Roy Sullivan who got struck by lightning 7 different times.
Bruh! This guy's luck has to be at an all-time low, bruh. 7 times he got struck by lightning. brutal life, bro. That's a crazy story to tell at the campfire, though.
The human lightning rod. He survived all 7 strikes. After the 4th strike, his co-workers started
Wait, hold
avoiding
up.
him during storms. Lightning often hits the same tall objects repeatedly.
I thought
If
so.
you're the
Lightning
tallest
strikes
thing around,
multiple,
like a
like,
lone
multiple
tree
times.
in a field, you're basically a target during a storm.
Right.
Lightning can strike miles away from the actual storm. These are called bolts from the blue because they can come out of a clear blue sky. You could be
Okay.
out there when the sky looks clear, and
still
suddenly
get
lightning
popped?
strikes. Number 6.
Damn.
Vikings left their horns at home. Vikings never wore horned helmets into battle.
I thought
this
I-
whole horned
yep,
helmet thing
yep,
was made up by
myth.
theater costume designers in the 1800s.
Yep,
They were designing
yep.
costumes for opera performances and thought horns looked dramatic. They accidentally created one of history's biggest fashion lies. Going into battle wearing something that gives your enemy 2 perfect handles to grab is not practical. For the
True.
horns could get stuck on tree branches during a
True.
raid. The real
Imagine.
Viking helmets that archaeologists have found were plain protective gear,
Right.
maybe with a nose guard. They did find some horned helmets in Denmark, but these were from 3,000 years before the Vikings. These ancient helmets weren't for fighting. They were ceremonial, like an ancient crown. Some opera costume designers from the 1800s likely saw these ancient ceremonial helmets and thought, perfect, let's make the Vikings wear these. Now millions of people think Vikings ran around with horns on their heads. Number
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Honest, that one does give vibes like. I guess it is a big misconception. Like even the Minnesota Vikings, I think of like horns and I don't know. That's just a small example, but Vikings, so they aren't these horned wearing motherfuckers. I guess I kind of figured that out. I think I heard that in like a Rogan video or some shit.
Razor isn't making you hairier. You've probably heard that shaving makes
Yes,
your hair grow back
yes,
thicker
yes,
and
yes. Listen to this one.
darker. That's complete nonsense. When you shave, you're giving each hair a tiny flat top haircut. Imagine cutting a tree straight across with a chainsaw. That stump feels rougher than the natural tapered end of a branch. Same thing happens with your hair. When it grows back, it feels thicker because you've created thousands of tiny flat-topped hair stumps. Scientists have studied this for decades. They found shaving has 0 effect on your hair growth. Your hair's
Shaving
thickness,
has 0
color,
effect.
and growth rate
Are all
are
genetic.
locked in by your genes. That razor isn't reprogramming your DNA. If shaving really made hair grow thicker, every balding guy would be shaving their head daily. We'd have found the cure for baldness in a can of shaving cream. But Jeff Bezos is still bald, despite being able to afford infinite expensive
Hey,
razors.
yo.
The myth persists because the stubble feels convincing when it grows back. It's the same old hair, just with a blunt end. Number 4.
Okay.
Swim whenever you
Okay,
want.
I knew that
Your
one.
Mom probably told
I knew
you to
that
wait
one. Like we would argue about that all the time. Like, bro, trust it doesn't make it grow back faster, or thicker, or darker. She didn't believe me.
just with a blunt end. Number
Still
4.
see this.
Swim whenever you want.
Motherfuckers
Your
trying to
mom
find a cure to
probably told you-
baldness. They're trying to find a cure to allow dogs to live longer, bro. Like they're trying to find a cure for everything besides human life. I feel like, fuck us. I'm just kidding.
you to wait 30 minutes after
Okay, what
eat-
up? So
Number
you don't have
4,
to wait 30
swim
minutes after
whenever
you
want.
don't cramp
Your
up?
mom probably told you to wait 30 minutes
Yeah,
after
because if you
eating
don't,
before
if you don't,
swimming.
yeah, if
Warning
you
you'd
don't,
get cramp.
damn, if you don't wait 30 minutes before you go swimming, you're gonna cramp up, right? You're gonna get cramped up, right?
Cramps and drown. This myth is so widespread, even lifeguards used to enforce it. But there's 0 evidence swimming after
What?
eating is dangerous. Not a single documented case exists of someone drowning because they ate before diving in.
Oh,
The
shit.
theory was that after eating, blood rushes to your stomach for digestion,
Ah.
leaving arms and legs without enough blood, causing cramps. But our bodies can handle both digestion and swimming. You might get a minor cramp if you swim intensely right after a huge meal, similar to running after
Running,
eating.
right.
The American Red Cross
Yeah.
confirms this isn't a real danger. Competitive
Oh.
swimmers actually eat during their training sessions. Maybe don't eat an entire pizza right before intense swimming. Number 3. Your
Fair.
head isn't a heat chimney.
I did not think. I don't know. I thought you had to wait 30 minutes before you could go in the pool, or you would like die from cramping up. I knew I could eat right after that big ass pizza I ate at the pool, man.
Your
I
mom
just-
probably told you, put on a hat or you'll freeze to death.
Okay.
That whole, you lose 50% of your body heat through your head
With no
thing is
head? Okay,
nonsense.
with no hat?
This myth started with an old army survival manual claiming 40 to 45% of body heat escapes through your head. But in their test, they dressed people in full winter gear and left their heads exposed. Of course, most heat escaped through their heads. It was the only part not covered. Your head makes up about 10% of your body's surface area, so it can only lose about 10% of your body heat.
10%.
Heat loss is actually
Oh.
proportional to whatever skin is exposed. Your head might feel extra cold because it has more blood vessels close to the surface, but you're not actually losing significantly more heat there compared to other exposed body parts. The only time this
Okay.
advice
So okay. So since your head only makes up 10% of your body, it can only lose 10% of your body heat. And the only reason why you feel a lot colder is because the blood vessels are closer to your face. And it's the only part of your body that's exposed, so obviously it's gonna feel colder. Interesting.
actually makes sense is for babies and small kids. Their heads are proportionally bigger compared to their bodies.
Yeah, look at
so
little
they do
Timmy.
lose more heat up there. But for adults, your uncovered arms will lose just as much heat as your uncovered head. Number 2, goldfish memory. Everyone says goldfish
Why do you say goldfish memory so fast?
have a 3-second memory. That's complete nonsense. These fish are actually pretty smart. Scientists put goldfish in mazes. They not only solved them, but remembered the solution months later.
What?
These fish can even recognize faces. Imagine being a goldfish, swimming in your bowl, thinking, oh look, it's Dave again with the food. They can also learn tricks. Some goldfish trainers have taught them to do things like swim
Anyone
through
have a
hoops or
goldfish that
play
ever do a
soccer.
trick?
Some goldfish have learned to tell different pieces of music apart.
What?
And they can do all this with a brain smaller than a pea. Scientists think studying goldfish brains might help us understand human memory better. Number 1. Gum doesn't stick around for years. That story about
Gum doesn't stick around for years. Okay, so if you swallow a piece of gum, it gets digested faster than what I was told? I swear I was told it takes a while for gum to be digested. Sized goldfish was able to sit still for 3 years straight. What the fuck?
Gum staying in your stomach for 7 years is a lie. When you swallow gum, it travels through your digestive system just like any other food. The only difference is that your body can't break it down. Think of gum like corn kernels. It just passes right through. Most gum is out of your system within 1 to 2 days. It doesn't stick to your insides.
Okay.
Your stomach is constantly moving and pushing stuff along. And those stories about gum causing problems, unless you're swallowing huge amounts of gum constantly, you're probably fine. Humans have been chewing random stuff for thousands of years. Ancient Greeks chewed tree resin. Mayans chewed chicle. None of them died from 7 years of gum buildup. Gum won't stick in your stomach, but it can stick on sidewalks for years. That's all for today.
Fair.
I'll be making similar.
Okay, wow, that was interesting. I probably learned about 3 new things from that video. Honest, that was a pretty good video. Again, from Chill Dude Explain. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that guy. Chat, did you guys learn anything new from that video? Let me know if you did. I know I did. It was a pretty interesting video.